my dear students. 8th Standard Science 1, Term 2, Unit 5, Electricity. Previous class, we have discussed earthing, lightning arrestor, series circuit. Today's class, we are going to discuss about parallel circuit, effects of current, chemical effect of current, heating effect of current. Okay children, let us move to the new topic. Before that, we are going to discuss about previous topic. What is the lightning arrestor? Lightning arrestor is a device used to protect buildings from the effects of lightning. What exactly does a lightning arrestor do? Does not observe the lightning. It does not stop the lightning. It does divert the lightning to ground. It does divert the lightning to ground. It does clump, that means limit, the voltage produced by the lightning. It only protects equipment electrically in parallel with it. What is lightning? Lightning is a powerful electrical discharge made during thunderstorm. Lightning is a powerful electrical discharge made during thunderstorm. The electric current makes the air very hot. Sometimes lightning happens between the clouds. Sometimes lightning happens between the clouds. Sometimes, that means during rainy season, lightning goes from cloud to ground. Sometimes, that means in rainy season, lightning goes from cloud to the ground. What is thunderstorm? Thunder is a sound caused by lightning. Thunder is the sound caused by lightning. Depending on the distance from nature of the lightning, it can range from a short, loud crack to a long, loud rumble. The sudden increase in pressure and temperature from lightning produces rapid expansion of the air within and surrounding the path of lightning strike. Okay children, today's topic, parallel circuit. We know that electric circuit is two connections are there. One is series connection, then another one is parallel connection. Series connection, already we have discussed the previous class. Today class we are going to discuss about parallel circuit. Series and parallel circuits are here. In a parallel circuit, there is more than one resistor. Resistor means here bulb. And they are arranged on many paths. This means charges. Charges means here electrons. Can travel from one end of the cell through many branches. One end of the cell through many branches to the other end of the cell. Here voltage across the resistors bulbs remains the same, but the current flowing through the circuit gets divided across the resistor. In a parallel circuit, there is more than one resistor and they are arranged on many paths. This means charges can travel from one end of the cell through many branches to the other end of the cell. Here, voltage across the resistors remains the same, but the current flowing through the circuit gets divided across the resistor. In the above diagram, this is parallel circuit. The above diagram is a current can flow in two paths A, B, E, F, A and A, B, C, D, E, F, A. Here it is clear that electricity from the cell can take either path A, B, E, F, A or a path A, B, C, D, E, F, A to return the cell. From the diagram, you will notice that even when one resistor, a resistor means here bulb, burns out, the other bulbs will work because the electricity is not flowing through only one path. The other bulbs will work because the electricity is not flowing through only one path. So, all the light bulbs in our home are connected in parallel circuit. If one bulb burns out, the other bulbs in the room will still work. The bulbs in a parallel circuit do not dim out as in series circuit. This is because the voltage across one branch is the same as the voltage across all the other branches. So, this is the parallel circuit. The three resistors are connected in parallel. Three resistors are connected in parallel. The R1 resistance I1 current is flowing. R2 resistance I2 current is flowing. And R3 resistance I3 current is flowing. Here, the voltage is supplied through the battery. Let us consider three bulbs connected in series. Let V be the voltage across the bulbs and I1, I2, I3 be the current across each bulb. The current I from the battery is the total of the individual current. So, I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So, the current I from the battery is the total of the individual current flowing through the resistors. Have you seen the picture, children? Okay, current in parallel. Current in parallel. Now we are going to discuss about series circuit and parallel circuit. What is the difference between series and parallel? Two circuits are here. One is so the series circuit, same amount of current flows through all the components. Parallel circuit, the current flowing through each component combines to form the current flow. Series circuit, voltage is different across different components. Parallel circuit, sum of the through each component will be the voltage drawn from the source. Series circuit. Components are arranged in a line. Parallel circuit. Components are arranged parallel to each other. Series circuit. If one component breaks down, the whole circuit will burn out. Parallel circuit. Other components will function even if one component breaks down. Next, we are going to discuss about effects of current. When current is flowing through a conductor, it produces certain effects. When current is flowing through a conductor, it produces certain effects. These are known as effects of electric current. These effects result in conversion of electrical energy. In a different forms of energy, we know that the law of conservation of energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be changed one form to another form. These effects result in conversion of electrical energy into different forms of energies such as heat energy, mechanical energy, magnetic energy, chemical energy, and so on. So, the electrical current is passing through the conductor which becomes hot. After some time produces heat. This is due to conversion of some electrical energy that passes through the conductor into heat energy. This effect of electric current is called the heating effect of electric current. Next, we are going to discuss about chemical effects of electric current. The passing of electric current through liquids. The passing of electric current through liquids or conducting solutions causes chemical reaction. More importantly, chemical activity may occur in the liquids around the electrodes. Bubbles of gases are formed, deposits of metal may be seen, and changes of color may occur on the electrodes. Passing current through water. Take two pieces of wire and LED bulb, LED light and a battery. Take two pieces of wire and LED light and a battery and make a simple electric circuit. Take some water in the glass and put the wires in the water as shown in the figure. Does the LED bulb glow? What do you understand from this? We know that electricity is conducted by metals. This activity shows that liquid also conduct electricity. When electric current is passed through a conducting solution, some chemical reactions takes place in the solution. These chemical reactions produce electrons. We know that children, electron is a negatively charged particle which conduct electricity because the movement of electron is known as current. This is called chemical effect of electric current. The decomposition of molecules of a solution into positive and negative ions on passing an electric current through it is called electrolysis. What is electrolysis? The decomposition of molecules of a solution into positive and negative ions and passing an electric current through it is called electrolysis. Electrolysis has a number of applications. It is used in extraction and purification of metals. So the electrolysis has a number of applications. It is used in extraction and purification of metals. The most general use of electrolyte is electroplating. The most general use of electrolyte is electroplating. Take a glass jar and fill it with the copper sulfate solution. Fill it with the copper sulfate solution. Take a copper metal plate and connect into the positive terminal to the battery. Connect the iron spoon to the negative terminal of the battery. Now dip them in copper sulfate solution. Once again I tell you children, take a glass jar and fill it with copper sulfate solution CuSO4. Take a copper metal plate and connect it to the positive terminal of the battery. Connect an iron spoon to the negative terminal of the battery. Now dip them in copper sulfate solution. When electric current is passed through the copper sulfate solution, you will find that a thin layer of copper metal is deposited on the iron spoon and an equal amount of copper is lost by the copper plate. So, electroplating is applied in many fields. Electroplating is applied in many fields. We use iron in bridges and automobiles to provide strength. However, iron tends to corrode and rust. Already you have studied in your lower classes what is corrosion and rusting. So, the coating of zinc. So, the coating of zinc is deposited on iron to protect the moisture air to rusting. It from corrosion and formation of rusting. So, if we give the coating of zinc to the iron to prevent corrosion and rusting. Chromium has a shiny appearance. Chromium has a shiny appearance. It does not corrode. It does not corrode. It resists scratches. The chromium has a shiny appearance. It does not corrode. It resists scratches. But chromium is expensive and it may not be economical to make the whole object out the chromium. So the object such as car parts, both taps, kitchen gas burners, bicycle handlebar, wheel rims are made up of cheaper metal and only a coating of chromium is deposited over it because it prevents, very good children, corrosion and rusting. Method of electroplating process: copper ions, sulfate ions, copper electrode, electrolyte, brass electrode and copper ions. An electric current is passing through the conductor which becomes hot. After some time, the process produces heat. This is due to the conversion of some of the electrical energy that passes through the conductor into heat energy. This effect of electric current is called heating effect of electric current. Take a battery, a bulb, a switch and few connecting wires. Make an electric circuit as shown in figure. Keep the switch in the off position. Does the bulb glow? We know that the open circuit the current will not flow. The current flows only the closed path circuit. Now move the electric switch on position and let the bulb glow for a minute or so. Touch the bulb now. Do you feel the heat? Keep the switch in the off position. Does the bulb glow? No. Now move the electric switch to the on position. The movement of electron is known as current. So the electrons are moving. Let the bulb glow for a minute. So touch the bulb now. Do you feel heat? Yes. When electric current passes through a conductor, there is a considerable friction between the moving electrons and the molecules of the conductor. During this process, electrical energy is transferred to heat energy. This is known as heating effect of electric current. The heat produced depends on the amount of resistance offered by the wire. The two types of wires is conducting electricity, but mostly we are using copper wire. So the copper wire offers very little resistance and does not get heated up quickly, so that we are using the copper wire. On the other hand, the thin wires of tungsten. Children, the tungsten where is located? Very good children, inside the bulb. It's also known as filament. After getting electric energy, it's heated, then it's glow. So the electrical energy is converted to heat energy and light energy. So on the other hand, the thin wires of tungsten or nichrome, which are used in bulbs, offer high resistance and gets heated up quickly. This is the reason why tungsten wire is used in the filaments of bulbs and nichrome wire is used as a heating element in household heating appliances. Heating effect of electric current can be seen in many devices. Some of them are given below. Fuse. Fuse is a strip electric cookers and electric kettles. Electric cookers turn red hot when electric current is passed through the coil. The heat energy produced is absorbed by the cooking pot through conduction. Electric kettles. The heating elements is passed at the bottom of the kettle which contains water. The heat is then absorbed by the liquid and distributed throughout the liquid by convection.